A bent brass matchbox rests against the wood, striking cold sparks where your fingers used to trace. The trumpet silo in this velvet neighborhood, and every shadow wears a piece of your face. I count the scratches on the polished pine, ordering drinks I do not care to taste. The saxophonist plays that old slow tune, the one that pulled us under a midnight moon. I hold my breath as the brass starts to weep, losing a ghost I was supposed to keep. Now the ice melts down in a lonely glass, watching the late night hours slowly pass. You are miles away from this dimly lit bar, while I am still wishing on a fading star. Smoke rings drift toward the tin-paneled ceiling, and I am trapped inside this vintage feeling. The coaster is soaked in condensation's tear. I spin it round like time could turn around. The couple in the corner does not care. They have not heard a single heartbreak sound. You left your scent on my lapel last spring. Now all I carry is a phantom ring. The saxophonist plays that old slow tune, the one that pulled us under a midnight moon. I hold my breath as the brass starts to weep, losing a ghost I was supposed to keep. Now the ice melts down in a lonely glass, watching the late night hours slowly pass. You are miles away from this dimly lit bar, while I am still wishing on a fading star. Smoke rings drift toward the tin-paneled ceiling, and I am trapped inside this vintage feeling. I thought the city noise would drown you out, thought modern nights were supposed to be so clear, but vintage rhythms bring back every doubt and whisper softly that you should be here. The bent brass matchbox sits alone and cold. Some loves get buried, some just grow old. Closing time calls as the last lights dim. I leave the matchbox on the table's rim. screeching trolley horn rattles against the foggy pane. You swirl the melted ice cubes around your heavy glass. I see you sitting silent while the tenor sax laments, wishing every fleeting shadow was the girl who had to pass. The bartender wipes down the pine in the dim amber light. You're trapped inside a memory from some forgotten night. So nurse your drink, my old friend, and let the ballad cry. You cannot catch a ghost, no matter how you try. The blue smoke curls around us as the midnight hours bend, and you are still in love with her, my lonely-hearted friend. A screech of worn-out taxi brakes echoes down the alleyway. You trace the copper rim and listen to the bass line grow. You tell me that her laughter used to sound like summer wine before she packed her leather bag and vanished in the snow. The moonlight bleeds through velvet blinds onto the checkered floor. You keep your eyes locked steady on the brass ring of the door. So nurse your drink, my old friend, and let the ballad cry. You cannot catch a ghost, no matter how you try. The blue smoke curls around us as the midnight hours bend, and you are still in love with her, my lonely-hearted friend. I know you think if you stay late enough, she'll walk right through that door, her high heels clicking softly on the polished oak wood floor. But winter's in the trumpet brass and spring is far behind, and bourbon cannot wash her holy portrait from your mind. Listen to that distant horn fading down the street. Set the glass down now, my friend. The band is packing up, the neon sign is dimming. Let's go home, my friend. Just let her go. Burnt clove perfume hangs thick above the polished mahogany bar, where a quiet man counts the ice cubes melting in his glass. The saxophonist bends a low note, soft and far, while late night shadows watch the slow hours pass. He sits alone beneath the amber neon glow, drowning in a memory from 3 long years ago. The bartender knows not to ask his name. he stays until the music dies. He only watches the low candle flame and searches for a phantom in the smoke that fills his eyes. Listen as the band plays a ballad for a ghost he used to hold, a vintage classic tune that turns the evening cold. Every brassy trumpet swell whispers what he lost, counting up the bitter moments, measuring the cost. He pays his tab in silence, but his heavy heart remains trapped inside the melody of late night summer rains. A gin stain circles on the coaster by his ring. He traces round the edge with a trembling fingertip. He still remembers how she used to laugh and sing before she let their promises loosen and slip. Now the clock strikes 2 in this basement underground, and every chord progression makes a hollow, aching sound. The bartender knows not to ask his name or why he stays until the music dies. He only watches the low candle flame and searches for a phantom in the smoke that fills his eyes. Listen as the band plays a ballad for a ghost he used to hold, a vintage classic tune that turns the evening cold. Every brassy trumpet swell whispers what he lost, counting up the bitter moments, measuring the cost. He pays his tab in silence, but his heavy heart remains trapped inside the melody of late night summer rains. She walked out the door when the autumn leaves turned gray, leaving just a paper note and words he couldn't say. Now 2030 midnight feels like 1945, where only sad romantic songs can keep her ghost alive. The last dim lights go out along the wall. He pulls his coat collar high against the breeze. Outside the jazz bar, raindrops start to fall, and her forgotten melody lingers in the trees. Still he listens, still he remembers. Silence fractures as your memory strikes without a sound. A sharp reminder in the quietest hour in town. Neon cyan spills across the mahogany pane, while outside the cellar window falls a cool November rain. The bartender polishes a highball glass till it gleams, trapping the reflection of my sweetest ruined dreams. The trumpet lowers breathing velvet and blue. Every slow cadence pulls me right back to you. Smoke curls upward from a table left bare, leaving your absence hanging thick in the air. Late at night in this vintage cellar lounge, where lost heartbeats are the only currency found, I count the ice cubes melting slow in my glass, watching cinematic shadows silently pass. I still hear your laugh behind the bassline's groove, in a 1940s room where time refuses to move. Your coat isn't hanging on the bent iron rack, yet every silver trumpet note keeps bringing you back. Cellophane glimmers on a forgotten pack, fade into darkness like a train on a track. The spotlight flickers on an empty piano bench, a heavy nostalgia no dry martini can quench. Click of leather soles echoing on worn oak floors, wind pushing gently at the heavy brass doors. I trace your initials on the table's damp ring, listening close to what the muted trombones sing. You are long gone, but in this amber light, you walk across the floor again tonight. Late at night in this vintage cellar lounge, where lost heartbeats are the only currency found, I count the ice cubes melting slow in my glass, watching cinematic shadows silently pass. I still hear your laugh behind the bassline's groove, in a 1940s room where time refuses to move. The final chord fades down into a hush, the amber lights dim in a violet rush. One last quiet thought in the empty hall, and your silhouette remains painted on the wall. Where does the smoke drift once the trumpet dies? Is it floating up to meet the tin ceiling's rusted spots, or getting lost inside the amber liquid in my glass? The saxophone bends low, sounding like that wool coat you wore in November, the one with the frayed sleeve I kept telling you to trim. Now the ice melts into gin, diluting the dark, diluting the way your voice sounded when you left, without saying a word. The bartender wipes a glass that is already dry. I count 6 brass buttons on a trench coat across the room. None of these thoughts connect, except they all drift back to you. My mind is a needle jumping on a warped vinyl groove, chasing a ghost of a ghost in a blue velvet booth. The bass line keeps humming a question nobody answers, leaving me stranded here with phantom dancers. Are you asleep right now, or sitting somewhere in the dark, wondering where the music went, just like I do? A neon sign outside flickers between, like a pulse fading out under a damp linen cloth. Did you ever throw away that brass key to the garden gate? The cornet player takes a breath, his rings catching the spotlight. And suddenly I recall how your breath tasted like cold mint and rain. Does the piano wire know it is trapped inside a mahogany box, just vibrating for drunk strangers who never really listen? Cognac on my tongue, but I taste late September, footsteps on wet asphalt, laughter swallowed by a passing yellow cab. Nothing stays linear tonight, every memory bleeds into the next. The brush on the snare drum sounds like dry leaves scraping a window pane, and I am still looking for the place where we drop the thread. My mind is a needle jumping on a warped vinyl groove, chasing a ghost of a ghost in a blue velvet booth. The bass line keeps humming a question nobody answers, leaving me stranded here with phantom dancers. Are you asleep right now, or sitting somewhere in the dark, wondering where the music went, just like I do? Last call was called, or maybe that was an hour ago. The ice is entirely gone now, just clear lukewarm water. Where does the melody go when the house lights come up? Where did your hand go when mine grew cold? Where did I go? Just a stray chord drifting, drifting into the dark. The dark oak chair presses deep beneath my weight as a muted brass tune seals my lonely fate. I count the melting ice in this crystal glass and watch the golden shadows softly pass. If I could send a note backward through the years to the younger me who had no doubts or fears, you thought those steady eyes would always stay. You thought her laughter couldn't drift away. You sat right here and let the moment slide. Too stubborn to surrender up your pride. Listen, foolish kid at this vintage bar, don't let her velvet coat slip off your arm. Hold her tight before the house lights dim. Don't let the bitter winter cold leak in. You think you're strong, standing cool and tall, but 10 years later you will mourn it all. You're laughing now, sipping sweet vermouth, so foolishly secure in your careless youth. She looks across the table, waiting for a sign, while you pretend you need another splash of wine. Just pull her close before the trumpets fade. Don't ruin the sweetest promise ever made. You thought those steady eyes would always stay. You thought her laughter couldn't drift away. You sat right here and let the moment slide. Too stubborn to surrender up your pride. Listen, foolish kid at this vintage bar, don't let a velvet coat slip off your arm. Hold her tight before the house lights dim. Don't let the bitter winter cold leak in. You think you're strong, standing cool and tall, but 10 years later you will mourn it all. Now the heavy wooden cushion holds my regret, paying for the words I failed to whisper yet. If time was a jukebox with a shiny dime, I'd reverse the song and change your mind in time. The chair stays heavy in the dim blue light. I write these useless lines into the night. Don't let her walk away. Just hold her tight today. Amber neon bleeds across your quiet coaster, and I apologize for taking up this chair. You look like someone who can keep a secret, or someone who has secrets of their own to spare. The sax player plays something soft and broken, a tune that used to belong to her and me. You buy your whiskey, I buy my regret. Two strangers listening to what we can't forget. You ask me who she was and why I stare at the floor. Well, sit back, my friend, I'll tell you a little more. She had a laugh that could stop a heavy downpour, a way of stepping right into the middle of your heart. Now it's past 2 in the morning at the corner booth, and every note the band plays tears me right apart. You say that time heals every cut and bruise, but stranger, tonight I've got nothing left to lose. Thanks for the light, I see your hands are steady. Mine haven't been since the night she walked away. You ask if I think she ever remembers my name, or if I'm just a ghost from yesterday. I tell you she moved downtown, or maybe further west, leaving me with a slow trumpet beating in my chest. She had a laugh that could stop a heavy downpour, a way of stepping right into the middle of your heart. Now it's past 2 in the morning at the corner booth, and every note the band plays tears me right apart. You say that time heals every cut and bruise, but stranger, tonight I've got nothing left to lose. You slide your glass closer, tell me your own story about a girl back home who broke your world in two. Funny how 2 lonely men sitting in the dark can find a little comfort doing what we do. The bass line hums, the trumpet takes its cue. The bartender turns the amber neon low. The last slow song fades out into the street. Thanks for listening, stranger. It helped to talk. Here's to the ones we couldn't keep. Good night, my friend. Here's to the ones we couldn't keep. Yesterday you told me love was brief, a casual remark beside the door. Now I sit watching candle grease congeal and count the toothpick splinters on the floor. The bartender's wiping down glass 3. A nickel sits abandoned near the tray. I watch a ring of condensation bloom and wonder where you wandered off today. Every tiny thing in this dim room points right back to what we used to share. A crooked seam upon my woolen sleeve, an empty stool beside a folding chair. The brass bell rings each time the doorway opens wide, and every small detail keeps you inside. The saxophone has got a scratched up bell. The coat check tag is crumpled in my palm. A stranger drops a quarter in the slot. The bass player keeps steady, cool and calm. There is olive brine that splashes on my thumb, a tear in the green velvet booth behind. I keep a list of things I shouldn't see, to keep your quiet shadow off my mind. Every tiny thing in this dim room points right back to what we used to share. A crooked seam upon my woolen sleeve, an empty stool beside a folding chair. The brass bell rings each time the doorway opens wide, and every small detail keeps you inside. A ring mark on the dark mahogany, a waiter balancing a heavy tray, a stray thread hanging from my winter coat, the slowly fading smoke of yesterday. I notice everything because you are gone. From 2 o'clock until the break of dawn. Yesterday, you said we would be fine. Now I am counting bubbles in my wine. One chipped glass rim, one lantern dim, and you still missing. Frayed gabardine rubs against my wrist, a thread pulled loose from a midnight dance. Suddenly I am back in 45's mist, lost in the web of a stolen glance. You wore that dress made of heavy silk, cool to the touch under amber light. Before time watered our wine to milk, before you walked out into the night, the tenor horn begins to weep, the brassy notes dig low and deep, and every fiber of this cloth I wear brings back the perfume in your hair. Now I am drowning in a yesterday where silk and velvet used to intertwine. The pianist plays a solemn getaway and leaves your ghost sitting next to mine. In this quiet bar at 3 a.m. I hold the past by its unraveling hem. I remember the sweep of your satin skirt, brushing my boots as the tempo slowed. How a touch so soft could cause such hurt when the neon faded and the city glowed. Now my fingers trace this rough wool coat, searching for warmth where your hands once rested, while the trumpet catches a painful note on a bittersweet dream that age tested. The brassy notes dig low and deep, the shadows on the tablecloth creep, and every fiber of this cloth I wear brings back the perfume in your hair. Now I am drowning in a yesterday where silk and velvet used to intertwine. The pianist plays a solemn getaway and leaves your ghost sitting next to mine. In this quiet bar at 3 a.m. I hold the past by its unraveling hem. The ice cube melts inside my glass, a silent mark of the hours that pass. I close my eyes and I feel the weave of the blue striped scarf you used to leave draped on the back of my wooden chair, as if you were still waiting there. Unraveling hem, a forgotten thread, whispering words that were never said. The fabric fades, the music dies, leaving just smoke in my weary eyes. Just smoke and silk and yesterday. And yesterday. Faintly on the wall clock, sweeping past hours we used to waste together. I picture myself 40 winters down the road, sitting in the same dim cellar room, listening to a muted brass horn play, holding a glass meant for two. The saxophone will bend the exact same note, and I will close my eyes to find your hands, tracing the phantom lines of a youthful love that time will never understand. We will be ghosts in vintage silk, haunting the rhythms of a forgotten spring. I'll order 2 drinks just to hear your name, imagining what the future years could bring in that distant midnight yet to come. I'll still be yours when the melody turns low. I see my future hair touched with silver gray, adjusting my lapels beside a velvet curtain. The pianist plays a slow, nostalgic blues, making the memory of tonight feel certain. I'll smile at the empty chair across the table, wondering where you spent those missing years. We will be ghosts in vintage silk, haunting the rhythms of a forgotten spring. I'll order 2 drinks just to hear your name, imagining what the future years could bring in that distant midnight yet to come. I'll still be yours when the melody turns low. Time moves like smoke through a darkened room, fading the noise until only song remains. Even when our youth is an antique photograph, my heart will keep singing through the rains. When that future clock strikes 3 once more, I'll sip my drink and pretend you're at the door, still in love, still right here, where the jazz bar keeps our song. This tiny paper napkin holds your name, smeared by condensation from my glass. The tenor sax is playing something slow, and watching midnight shadows start to pass. I count the melting ice cubes one by one, wishing I had known what I had lost. A quarter for the jukebox isn't much, but loving you carried a heavier cost. The trumpet wails a smoky minor key. It knows the secret thoughts I keep inside. I spin this drink and stare into the dark, with nowhere left for quiet grief to hide. I'm drinking lingering echoes in the dim saloon, chasing a shadow under a nickel moon. You used to lean your head upon my chest, back when this foolish heart was at its best. Now all the muted horns begin to weep for promises we were too young to keep. The bartender just nods and pours a draft. He sees the lonely regulars every night. Your velvet glove once rested on this bar, reflecting softly in the amber light. I trace the blurry letters of your address, fading underneath the ring of gin. If I could turn the clock to 43, I'd throw my arms open and let you in. The bass line hums a gentle, steady thrum. It pulls me back to how we used to dance, just two young dreamers underneath the stars, who threw away our only second chance. I'm drinking lingering echoes in the dim saloon, chasing a shadow under a nickel moon. You used to lean your head upon my chest, back when this foolish heart was at its best. Now all the muted horns begin to weep for promises we were too young to keep. The piano keys are cold beneath the spotlight glow, each chord a reminder of what I let go. I close my eyes and hear your quiet laugh, torn away like a forgotten photograph. The last customer leaves through the alley door. My paper napkin lies upon the floor. Good night, my sweet, wherever you may be. Just play that ballad once again for me. Taxi's wet tires hiss along the alley asphalt outside, and you press your thumb against the frosted glass to hide. I know that look in your tired eyes, my dear old pal. You were back in yesterday, waltzing with that girl. The saxophonist bends a slow and mournful key, and you sit right beside me, drowning in memory. The neon sign sputters red against the dark street, while you trace the faint circle where your fingers meet. You haven't said her name since the clock struck 1, but I can see your heart is broken and undone. Let the trumpet cry for what you lost tonight. Underneath this dim and smoky crimson light, you loved her hard, and now the room is cold, watching stories that were never meant to be told. Drink your shadow down, let the piano play. She is a ghost in silk who turned and walked away. Listen to that bass line walking slow across the floor. It sounds just like her heels clicking out the front door. You turn your collar up against a phantom draft, remembering the bittersweet way she laughed. You thought time would wash the perfume off your coat. Now every single note feels like a lump inside your throat. The bartender wipes the maple counter clean, as if he could erase every picture that you've seen. You hold your breath when the muted brass begins to swell, caught in a velvet spell you know too well. Let the trumpet cry for what you lost tonight. Underneath this dim and smoky crimson light, you loved her hard, and now the room is cold, watching stories that were never meant to be told. Drink your shadow down, let the piano play. She is a ghost in silk who turned and walked away. Tell you to forget her now, my friend. Some loves simply do not know where or how to end. So lean your head back, let the brushes touch the drum, and take whatever comfort from this music comes. Trumpet cry for what you lost tonight. Underneath this dim and smoky crimson light, you loved her hard, and now the room is cold, watching stories that were never meant to be told. Down, let the piano play. She is a ghost in silk who turned and walked away. The street outside grows quiet now, my friend. Just you and me before the shadows end. For the love you used to closing down and the night grows cold. Roasted chicory and damp tobacco smoke drift across the velvet booth where he sits alone. The saxophonist plays a tender, quiet stroke while ice cubes soften in his glass like polished stone. He turns a silver ring around his thumb and listens to the rhythm of the brush on the snare drum. The waitress brings a napkin, but he doesn't look up, staring at the amber in his half-empty cup. He remembers a girl from a summer long past, a song they used to dance to that went by too fast. He still orders drinks for two every Saturday night underneath the dim yellow glow of the candlelight. He whispers her name to the low brassy tune, chasing a shadow beneath a painted paper moon. The upright bass plays a song of regret for the girl that the young man cannot forget. Spilled dark bitters seep into the mahogany bar as the piano chords drift like a distant fading star. He checks the brass doorway every time the hinges creak, holding back the quiet words he never got to speak. A silk handkerchief folded neatly in his coat, beside a yellowed postcard that he never wrote. The barman knows the story, so he leaves him be, just another quiet soul in a crimson velvet sea. He remembers her laugh when the trumpet hit high underneath a cold, late December sky. He still orders drinks for two every Saturday night underneath the dim yellow glow of the candlelight. He whispers her name to the low brassy tune, chasing a shadow beneath the painted paper moon. The upright bass plays a song of regret for the girl that the young man cannot forget. The hours slip away into the dark 3 a.m. The band packs their cases, ending another hymn. He leaves a crisp paper bill upon the wood, standing for a moment where she once stood. The street outside is wet, quiet and grand, where she used to hold his trembling hand. Roasted chicory lingers in the chilly air. He steps into the night, leaving his heart right there. One glass left full, untouched upon the tray. Yesterday's darling, a million miles away. Just a boy in a top coat as the music ends. A sudden stray thought breaks the stillness, dropping your face into the dim velvet room. The piano bench sits crooked in the shadows, while muted brass notes drift through midnight gloom. Ice melts down a crystal tumbler's rim. The saxophone bell gleams beneath one light, and framed inside this quiet 3:15, your memory steps out into the night. The bartender wipes down mahogany wood, a needle glides across a vinyl groove. I watch the smoke form the silhouettes of us in places where we used to move. This late night lounge becomes a movie screen, projecting images of what we used to be. The sax plays low behind a velvet curtain, while every shadow looks like you to me. I sip the gin and play the lonely lead in a vintage retro scene that never dies. The film keeps rolling through the quiet bar, and I am drowning in your phantom eyes. A spilled drop of rye catches amber glare, reflecting neon through the glass street door. Your ghost sits cross-legged in the corner booth in that silk dress you wore in 24. The upright bass line throbs against my chest, slow tempo ticking like an antique clock. I reach across the table's dark veneer to catch a whisper in the smoke and shock. This late night lounge becomes a movie screen, projecting images of what we used to be. A sax plays low behind the velvet curtain, while every shadow looks like you to me. I sip the gin and play the lonely lead in a vintage retro scene that never dies. The film keeps rolling through the quiet bar, and I am drowning in your phantom eyes. Cut to the close-up on a glass of ice, fade out the rhythm rhythm section to a whisper slow. The spotlight lingers on an empty chair where laughter echoed several months ago. No scripted happy ending comes tonight. Just smoke rings looping round the chandelier. The musician packs his horn away in leather. The final chord dissolves into the air. I leave my tipped glass on the polished counter and walk out slowly up the cellar stair. Just a stray thought in the silent dark. Fade to black. Fade to black. Who told the piano keys to remember the precise shape of your hands? The ice cube spins in amber eye, a quiet whirlpool turning around nothing at all. The bass player leans back with his eyes closed. Maybe he is somewhere else too. I am thinking about the blue coat you wore on the days it didn't rain. Why do I still look at the front door every time the brass latch clicks open? The trumpet takes a slow breath, caught between a sharp and a flat. My fingernail traces an endless circle on the worn mahogany wood. It is late in the city, but this corner smells like old sheet music and cedar. A lingering swell of brass, a lingering thought of how you used to speak. Where does a promise go when nobody's left to hold it? I am sitting in the corner booth, drifting through the dark warm air. Every melody sounds like something you forgot to say before you walked away. The waiter doesn't ask, he just refills the shadow in my glass. And I keep talking to you inside my head where you never interrupt. Did you ever keep that paper ticket stub from the late show in the autumn? The smoke is only electric vapor now, but it coils the same way around the spotlight. I remember the exact pause before you got serious about your future. A young couple near the stage is locking fingers underneath the cloth. They do not know yet how quiet a room becomes when the chord finally ends. Where does a promise go when nobody's left to hold it? I am sitting in the corner booth, drifting through the dark warm air. Every melody sounds like something you forgot to say before you walked away. The waiter doesn't ask, he just refills the shadow in my glass. And I keep inside my head where you never interrupt. Maybe I will order one last glass. Maybe I will step into the damp street. The digital screen in my pocket blinks green, but I do not want the quiet hallway at home. The snare drum brushes soft against the skin like dry leaves on wet pavement. If I dial your number now, would it even ring? Or would it just play this song? Who told the piano keys to sound so much like your voice? No answer in the bottom of the glass, just the low bass note vibrating through the floorboards under my boots. Just me, alone in the velvet dark, waiting for the tune to resolve. Still waiting, waiting for the tune to resolve. The heavy mahogany chair pulls me down into midnight. Anchor of solid wood pressing deep into the floor. If I could send a letter back to your naive eyesight, I'd teach you how to keep her before she reaches the door. You sit there at 22, believing time is vast, laughing as she straightens out her silk gloves at last. You think tomorrow holds every promise made tonight. You think a heart like hers won't slip out of your sight. Listen to me, foolish boy, back in 34. Don't let her spin away across that parquet floor. Hold on to her hands before the trumpet song turns cold, because decades full of silence grow so heavy and old. I'm sitting in the corner where we used to meet, writing desperate warnings on a cocktail napkin sheet. You're ordering cheap vermouth and acting far too proud, blind to how fast the winter covers up a crowd. You take for granted that her laughter stays in place, and let a silly temper hide the sweetness on her face. I watch you through the smoke, so reckless and naive, reaching for your hat instead of begging her to stay. You think tomorrow holds every promise made tonight. You think a heart like hers won't slip out of your sight. Listen to me, foolish boy, back in 34. Don't let her spin away across that parquet floor. Hold on to her hands before the trumpet song turns cold, because decades full of silence grow so heavy and old. I'm sitting in the corner where we used to meet, writing desperate warnings on a cocktail napkin sheet. whistle could cut backwards through the smoky room, I'd shake your careless shoulders in the midnight gloom. I'd whisper, drop your pride, child, swallow every line. She is the only true light you will ever find. The trumpet dies away, the ice melts in the glass. I fold this paper note as slow shadows pass. Hold her tight, kid. Never let her walk away. Smoky cobalt light bathes the edge of the counter, casting long indigo shadows across your silver watch. Excuse me, stranger, if I disrupted your quiet hour. I did not mean to stare as you turned to check the catch. You hold your glass with the same gentle patience she used to show before the music fell asleep. The saxophonist plays a soft minor tune, and I am left bargaining with a late midnight moon. Do you mind if I sit here and whisper a story before the last spotlight loses its glory? She had a laugh that could quiet the room, a summer-born promise wrapped in winter gloom. Now I talk to a stranger while the ice turns to spring, listening for echoes of a vanished gold ring. Tell me, my friend, does someone haunt your glass too? Or am I the only fool stained in this blue? You nod and you listen, pouring water from the pitcher, saying everyone in this joint carries a ghost. Under the magenta bulb, my memories grow richer, and I drink to the girl that I needed the most. She loved the slow ballads from 70 years back, before the world hurried down a digital track. You say love is a loan that the heart has to pay, a brief spark of fire before ash turns to gray. I thank you for listening, for lending an ear to a young longing heart nursing vintage tinted fear. She had a laugh that could quiet the room, a summer-born promise wrapped in winter gloom. Now I talk to a stranger while the ice turns to spring, listening for echoes of a vanished gold ring. Tell me, my friend, does someone haunt your glass too? Or am I the only fool stained in this blue? The cobalt light dims as the brass trumpet stops. Thanks for the chat while till the last rhythm drops. Keep your heart safe in this dim-lit saloon. Good night to you, stranger, under the cobalt moon. Saxophone player mentioned yesterday you love this song. So I sit in the back corner, watching the small things pass. A red lipstick smear on a paper straw in an empty dish. The bass player's chip thumb ring hitting the nickel string. Scratched leather wingtips tapping out of time under table 4. And the bartender wiping the exact same glass for 10 straight minutes. Every tiny detail turns into a clue. In the smoky dark room, I keep looking for you. Dim catches a single floating speck of dust. The pianist misses the 7th chord in a minor key. A silver quarter resting flat inside a coat pocket. 6 melted ice cubes floating in my lukewarm ride. The night moves slow, every little thing I see spells out the quiet shadow that you left with me. A torn coat check ticket tucked inside my gabardine sleeve. The green neon sign flickering 3 times every minute. A chip saucer collecting cold gray ash beside the phone. The velvet door curtain swaying whenever the cool breeze hits. 2 young lovers sharing one maraschino cherry in the back booth. Yesterday you told me I noticed far too much, that I gather small pieces instead of feeling the whole picture. So tonight I sit here taking inventory of this quiet bar, adding up every small observation, hoping the sun might somehow bring you back. 1 lost leather glove beside the radiator. 2 drops of gin drying on the dark oak wood. 3 a.m. ringing faint from the bell down the street. And just me cataloging everything you left behind. Just me counting the quiet hours without you. Coarse woolen tweed pricks at my fingertips as I sit leaning on this corner booth. The sax player slows his tempo down, and suddenly I am pulled back to our youth. Your thumb was tracing this heavy weave leave on a frosty night 3 winters ago. When you promised you would never leave, under the street lamps yellow glow. The scene snaps vivid through the haze, a sudden flash of warmer days. I close my eyes and feel you near, your quiet whisper in my ear. And just like that, the ballroom returns, the record spins, the candle burns. I am dancing with you in the quiet dark, ignited by a single memory spark. The jazz band plays our favorite refrain, while outside the window falls the April rain. I am holding you close, though I'm sitting alone, lost in a time that used to be our own. I remember the smell of your cedar coat, the way you laughed at my clumsy spin. You tucked a wild strand away from my neck and pressed your gentle lips against my chin. The dim bar light fades into parlor lamps, the ice in my glass becomes snowfall outside. Back when we did not care about tomorrow's damp, with nowhere to run and nothing to hide. The scene snaps vivid through the haze, a sudden flash of warmer days. I close my eyes and feel you near, your quiet whisper in my ear. And just like that, the ballroom returns, the record spins, the candle burns. I am dancing with you in the quiet dark, ignited by a single memory spark. The jazz band plays our favorite refrain, while outside the window falls the April rain. I am holding you close, though I am sitting alone, lost in a time that used to be our own. Then the drummer hits the final snare, and the illusion dissolves in the midnight air. The velvet seat is cold once more as the last couple steps out the wooden door. I touch the fabric of my lapel, trapped in this bittersweet vintage spell. Just wool and smoke in an empty bar, wishing on a long extinguished star. Good night, my love, wherever you are. Just wool and smoke and you. Catches the dim spotlight on the mahogany clock above the stage. I close my eyes and leap forward in time, turning the yellowed paper of a future page. I see us sitting here in 2045, gray at the temples, leaning on the bar, wondering how two kids from 23 could wander off and travel quite so far. The trumpet plays that slow, familiar bend, a melody we used to call our own. In this vision of a distant closing hour, we aren't sitting alone. I imagine the night when you walk through that door, older and softer than you were before. We'll order the gin that we drank in our youth, laughing off heartaches and searching for truth. The pianist plays like the past never died, and I'll finally step back to your side. The future is a curtain painted in blue, drawn across the years we spent apart. Tonight you are gone, a ghost in my glass, but tomorrow's horizon holds your heart. I picture your smile through the dim cocktail smoke, a little bit weathered but perfectly kind, erasing the distance and all of the tears that we left in the shadows behind. Maybe my hair will be silvered and thin, maybe the ice in my glass will freeze over, but I know in my soul that the music will spin until lost lovers find one another again. I imagine the night when you walk through that door, older and softer than you were before. We'll order the gin that we drank in our youth, laughing off heartaches and searching for truth. The pianist plays like the past never died, and I'll finally step back to your side. The 8 turns to 9 on the old brass dial. I'll wait through the years for that future smile. In 20 years or 30 more, I'll save your seat beside the door. Just save the last dance for me. Save it